Hi, in this video I will show you step by step how to use RadioButton in Android. By the end of this video, you will be able to design an XML layout that consists of a radio group containing 5 radio buttons and 2 other normal buttons to clear the selection and to get the ID of the current selected radio button in this group. By the end of this video, you will be able to do this. Let's get started. Open Android Studio and click Start a new Android Studio project. Click Next. Give the project name. Write the package name and save the location. For me, I am going to save the project on my D drive. For language, select Java, and for minimum API level, select API 15. Click Finish. Now wait for Android Studio to build and configure your empty project. What is RadioButton? RadioButton is a common widget in Android. They are used when we need to select only one item from a list of items shown side by side. A radio button has two states, checked and unchecked. Clicking an unchecked button changes its state to checked state. To toggle a checked state of a radio button to unchecked state, we need to choose another radio button. Because radio buttons are mutually exclusive, we must group them together inside a radio group, and it will make sure that the user can select only one radio button at a time. Now go to activity_main.xml. I am going to change this layout to linear layout. I am going to delete this text view. Let's change this orientation to vertical. Give some padding and gravity of center. Next, go to Design tab and from the common, drag and drop a text view into the linear layout using the component tree. Go to Text tab again. Change the text to choose your favorite. I am going to change the text size to 32 SP. SP stands for Scale Independent Pixels. Next, I am going to change the text color to @Android:color/hollow blue dark. Okay. Let's see the output. Alright. Next, go to buttons and drag and drop a radio group onto the linear layout. I'm going to change the layout width attribute to wrap content, and I'm going to give an ID at +ID /RG languages. Next, go to Design tab. Okay, we need to change layout_height attribute to wrap content. Go to Design tab and drag and drop few radio buttons onto the linear layout using the component tree. I'm going to change the text attribute of the radio buttons. C, C++, Java, PHP and Python. Next, we need two buttons side by side, and for that I am going to use a linear layout horizontal. So go to layouts and drag and drop a horizontal linear layout inside the vertical linear layout or the root linear layout. Go to text tab. Height should be wrap content. Okay. Now inside that, go to common and drag two buttons. Go to text tab. For the first button, I am going to change the ID to BTN reset and the text to reset. For the second button, I will give the ID BTN submit, and for the text I will write submit. Go to design tab. Okay, now we can change the background of these buttons. So write Android background at Android color / hollow blue dark. Just copy this line and paste inside the next button. Also, we can change the text color. For that, write Android text color at Android color / white. Copy this and paste here for the next button. Also, we can give some margin right of, let's say, 5 dp for this first button and margin left of 5 dp for the next button. Let's see the design. For this text view, I am going to change the layout underscore width to wrap content so that it appears in the center. Alright. Also, we can give some margin top and margin bottom for the radio group. For that, go to the radio group and write margin top of 16 dp and margin bottom of 16 dp. dp stands for density independent pixels. Check the design. Okay, looks good. Now go to main activity.java and create the object references in the class scope. RG languages, button btn reset, btn submit. Now note another thing, in the XML file we could use the checked attribute to true so that it is checked by default. I'm going to remove this for now. Go to main activity. Now instantiate these handles. RG language equals to find view by id r.id dot rg languages. btn reset equals to find view by id r.id dot btn reset. btn submit equals to find view by id r.id dot btn submit. I will set a click listener on the submit button. So write btn submit dot set on click listener, new on click listener. To get selected radio button from radio group, I will call get checked radio button ID on radio group object. It returns the identifier of the selected radio button in this group. Upon empty selection, the return value is -1. Write int checked ID equals to rg languages dot get checked radio button ID. Now write if checked ID equals to -1. That means no radio buttons are selected or checked. We will show a toast message, and for this toast message I will create a class. So right click on the package, go to new Java class. I will name it message, click OK, and here I'll write just one static method, public static void message, which will take context and the string message. Here we will show the toast message, toast.makeText. For context, just pass context. For message, pass message, and for duration, write toast dot length short or length long dot call show method. Okay, next go to main activity dot java and write message dot message. For context, pass get application context, and for message I am going to write please select a language, else, that means one of the radio buttons is selected or checked, I will call a method and pass checked ID that I will define inside this class. Find radio button checked ID. Just click on this method name and then press Alt Enter and select the first option which says create method find radio button inside main activity. Here write switch checked ID if the first case is r.id radio button. I will call the message method to show the toast message. For context, I will pass get application context, and for message I will write I like C. Then I will write a break statement to break out from this case in case it matches with this first radio button, and I will just copy and paste for other 4 radio buttons. I will change the IDs. And the messages. Note that we can call isChecked method on radio button handle, which returns true if the radio button is checked, false otherwise. In this case, we need to create handles for all radio buttons, requiring more memory. So using RadioGroup is more efficient. I will also set a click listener on the reset button. btn reset dot set on click listener new on click listener. Inside on click, to clear all selected radio buttons, to default write rg languages dot clear check. Okay, run the application. If I select C and click submit, it gives me the toast message I like C. If I select Java and click submit button, I get I like Java. And if I click the reset button, everything goes back to the default unchecked state. We can also register a callback to be invoked when the checked radio button changes in this group. For that, we need to call setOnCheckChangeListener method on RadioGroup object and supply instance of RadioGroup.onCheckChangeListener. So write rg languages dot set onCheckChange listener new write RadioGroup.onCheckChangeListener. Inside that, to find the radio button, I will call find radio button and pass checked ID. Find radio button, checked ID. We can also call find VYID and pass checked ID to get the radio button object. For example, we could write like this: radio button RB language, and here we could instantiate this object by writing RB language equals to find VYID and pass checked ID. Then we could show the toast message by writing message dot message get application context, and to get the text message for the corresponding radio button, we could write RB language dot get text dot toString. Okay, let's comment out this line and just run the application to test this 2 lines of code. As you can see, we get the corresponding toast messages. Just comment out these lines uncomment this line and run the application. As you can see, when the submit button is clicked, a toast message is displayed based on which radio button is currently selected. The clear button clears the selection. We also get a corresponding toast message when we click a radio button for the first time or when the checked radio button changes in this group, since we have registered a callback on RadioGroup. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, write those in the comment box below. Please like the video, share the video and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this.